What is going on, everybody? You're my Clarence Speed Shop World Champion coming at you with a new little take on RP Luffy. So I wanted to put something together to address Luffy's weaknesses against some of the top decks in the game, mainly Sakazuki. Sakazuki is a bit of an issue. So I've decided to kind of build like an anti-Sakazuki build, because I feel like against everyone else, the ramp idea works and is very strong. Except for Sakazuki, because they can just like stall so much with just blockers and stuff and recycling them. So I wanted to set up, build around an idea to work around that. And the idea is to use rush characters and just punch them in the face repeatedly before the end game to get their life down as low as possible. And then ideally, depending on if they're blockers or not, if you get them down low enough, Jambe with either the Rush Luffy or Jambe on any of your Straw Hat characters. So everybody basically in this deck is Straw Hat, except for a few cards. And also, again, most importantly, your leader is Straw Hat. So end game, if you have any opponent down to 0, a Jambe on your leader will just straight up win you the game. And yeah, overall though, I do plan to probably tweak some stuff. So I just want to put some 2K counters in here, a decent amount, and then. But I definitely feel like there's room for like potential swap stuff around like Uta, this Jambe, Usopp, and like these cards you can swap out. And same with this Luffy. You feel like you change around as well. I just wanted to just overall test the idea. And then yeah, the 2-cost Sanji is for 2 things. So depending on the turn order, like if you're going first or second, obviously you want the Nami search, like regardless. But if you are going second and don't get Nami, I feel like having a 2-cost is kind of cool because you can throw that down and it's just an extra body. And since we're already at 6K, you can sometimes just like give one Don and stuff to this Sanji, and then also to like late game, throwing down a 2-cost and then stacking whatever Don you need and being able to rush, I think is cool. Just for 2, the same kind of principle with Zoro there with the 3, just being able to drop them and then put on like Don. And then moving into the other side though, like that's a rush side of things, but against other people, other opponents, we got the ramp. So I still think ramp is like really, really good. And I want to adjust the numbers, but we have Basil to get 1. We got Zoro here to get 1. And then we have Gene Bart, kind of like the mid-range, to get 1. And then I have Lead Performer get 1 as well. I might play around, but I like to just hitting the trigger. If you're able to hit the early trigger with like Lead Performer or Basil, I feel like that's huge. Just getting that so fast, and then not having to use the Don. So a main balance though, again with like the ramp cards, because we have I feel like an okay amount, but may add a little bit more. Just gotta see how everything plays out. But then yeah, obviously we have our counters here. So I'm using Jet Gatlin again for the trigger, like if you get that, or just because of 0. So the cards you can discard are mainly like late game if things get wacky. You have any of the ones without like counter, like if things are going down to the wire and you need like all the points you can get, this is what we got going. Combo with those, and then obviously the rad beams because they're super strong. And then yeah, Jambe idea, because Jambe works with like all of our Straw Hat characters, which is the majority of the deck. So I wanted just to be like late game, no matter what, especially if you kind of can catch your opponent like napping a little bit, because sometimes your opponent may have a blocker and stuff like that. And if you have like any of these other just regular Straw Hats out, they might not suspect you then being able to combo with Jambe. So if you lead with like leader or somebody, they may just take the life like that. So that's what the other the Jambe idea is, just to against all the decks who try to just throw out as many blockers, and then especially Sakazuki, because they can throw out blockers and then use like Rebecca and recycle like constantly like blockers and stuff like that. So ideally we just play fast, and again going on the weaknesses of those removal decks like Sakazuki and stuff like that. Removal decks are weak to rush because the removal decks don't run counters because they don't really need to, because their strength is normally against everyone else. You drop a character and then they just remove it, so there's no threat of attacking. But with rush, at least the game plan idea for beating Sakazuki is I just imagine these cards are going to get removed anyways, like anyone we play. So at least getting a rush off and attacking them, ideally taking a life, or just getting them burned resources from their hand really early so they don't have it later game is the plan. And yeah, we'll just play around with it. Let me know what you guys think as well if you've tested anything like this. But yeah, definitely we'll be making some adjustments because I feel like there's a lot of cards you could probably swap out with others. But this is just the early days version because I wanted just a bunch of stuff to be searchable, and then just playing often. Yeah, Straw Hat search, because also too a Rad Beam searchable, Jambe searchable, and Jet Gatlin is also searchable. So Nami is going to be hitting like regardless, so that's super cool. And then yeah, end game, got a couple of these Tendon Luffys, so dropping those, and I think it's just super strong because you get to rush. And then if you are playing like Sakazuki or whoever, if they have those blockers out, you can, again, even if they block Luffy, you get to activate this Luffy's ability and KO any of their cards that are 8,000 power or less. So that could be another blocker, or depending on the game, like it could be against Sakazuki, for example. That's all of their characters, everyone that they run in their deck from up until that point. Like the 7-drop Borsalino's like 8k, Rob Lucci's only 6, so it can also it gets rid of 2 cards basically if they have a blocker. So if they block, they're going to lose the blocker, and then you get to take off another one. So it's very, very helpful, I think, in those matchups. And then especially if you get to ramp up like quickly and then drop this guy, like if you get him before your opponent has a chance to have anything really set up, before they're full done and being able to match this with anything and spend the resources to get rid of him, then I feel like you're just good. Because the longer this guy sits around, every turn his ability gets activated, which is sick. So yeah, wanted to try to put together a build to address the problems here of some of the matchups that RP Luffy faces. And yeah, at least for so far, it's working pretty good. Like, again, it's still dependent on the balance, but if you're able to hit the ramps early and then into like the late game, because both of these cards are late game finishers. Like this has Jambe built in, so for 5 you can just stack him if you have your opponent down and then take out whatever. Don't have to worry about the blocker. Then yeah, obviously with Jambe is if you get your opponent down 2-0 and then have Jambe, you just win, like regardless, because our leader is Straw Hat, so GG's. But yeah, Jambe works with literally all the Straw Hats, so if you have characters out, regardless at the end, you can combo Jambe with them, which I think is super cool. But yeah, let's jump in to some games and we'll see how everything plays out. Alrighty, here we go up against Sakazuki. Be a test to see if this strategy works out. We got 2 Namis. I also got the option to choose, so I'm choosing to go second just because of what's in their deck. And that way they can't play their search like right away on turn 1. So we get them to have to play around that. And I get to drop 2 searches, which will be very, very nice, especially with how this could go. So we're going to do that. We'll grab a Jambe. Then we'll deploy another one. And then who do we want to grab with this? I grab another one of these. I don't have any ramp though. It's the only issue. But if I grab Zoro, I guess we just go all out rush. And so next turn I'll have 4. Well, let's just grab this Luffy. That way I can do through the progressions of dropping and just blitzing them. Just relentlessly here, so that's going to be the plan. But yeah, next turn. So they're sitting at 3. They get trash. Alright, there's their brand new. And then, since I'm chill right now with cards, I'm going to just block out of this one early, because then we'll have to worry about shenanigans late game. Alright, we get another 2k, so we have 2 2ks, which is very nice. So I can drop Zoro, attack them, and then also attack them for 7. So let's attack them for 7 first. And then we're just going to be kind of relentless here with the just the attacks. Because next turn they're going to have 5, so they'll be able to get rid of Zoro and Anami. And then the turn after that, depending on how things go. So we'll see. They're thonking about it. But I also might just throw the 3 on Anami and attack. That way I don't have to worry about what's in their hand as much. Okay, so I'm going to do that, actually. So let's attack them 5-on-5 with Nami. Alright, so we get us 1 of their 2Ks, which is cool. So they're going to be at 5. This way, I can kind of know what's in their hand. And if I can we play around like their cost removal, they won't have, ideally don't have as much defense. Their event cards and like Rob Lucci aren't going to have anything. So that's fine. And then if we can get their blockers out now, they'll set things up a little bit better for later, I think. So throw a Rob in the trash. So I assume that means they have another one. Alright, they're throwing down Tashigi. And then they're going to Hound Blaze. Alright, interesting that they use Hound Blaze for that. Okay. So draw a card. We're at 6. Fortunately, no ramp. But I could drop 3. I might just want to push for it like right now then. Because I have these 2Ks, so I doubt they'd do too much. So if I drop Zoro for 3, I could throw 2 on him, and then we could do 2 7s. So before they get any blockers up, let's take advantage of that. So we got all the 2K counters in hand, so no matter what they do, and like regardless, Zoro is only at 3, so even if they just attack, he gets removed. So that way we don't have to worry about too much. And all right, we hit him for 1 damage there. Throw it on Zoro. We'll attack him again 7-on-5. All right. Kind of okay with that because again it limits what's in their hand, and we burn through stuff. I do have we got end game. We just got to get there. We get them down, we're good. So it's just if we can do that. So 5-on-5. No. Get them to waste the removal. They want to drop Rob. Okay. Well, I guess I got that. Block this. Okay, brand new search. Leaves him with 3. So not exactly sure. Alright, they're gonna attack with Tashigi. Alright, we'll take this one. And we'll do this. Alright. This is actually huge because this will get us to survive a turn here. So I could drop Luffy. I just need to leave 1 for Rad Beam, and then I have this. Because if I drop this, can't do a whole lot here. So they're sitting at 4. I could throw 2 here and attack Tashigi. So 4-on-4. We'll see what they do. So they block this and I can attack them directly for free pretty much. There's a cool thing about this guy, at least the cost is 4, so that makes it a little tricky for them. But definitely block 1 attack, 2, then we take 1. Alright, they decide to block out with the 2K. Interesting. Alright. So now I'm going to attack them 7 on 5. We get the 1. I throw this down. Throw down Rush Luffy. We can put 1 on him and attack them again 7 on 5. Alright. We get them down to that. So we'll see. We'll see how things go. As we got them down to 0. Got the Jambe set up. So we just survive this turn and we'll win. So I can block 1, block 2, maybe block 3, and then we can take 1. So it just kind of depends on how they go about all this. Alright, 8 on 6. Alright, we got to block the sure thing first, so do that. Because even if they drop a blocker or something, we'll be chilling. They only have 4 left. Alright, we're looking okay. So 6 on 6. Then, yeah, we're good. We're chilling. Nothing they can do. And then, just for fun, yeah, they disconnected. But alright, there we go. That worked against the the idea plan. I mean, they didn't get any, like, blockers. So we didn't get to test it fully. But overall, though, again, rush them down to 0 and then get Jambe so you just win no matter what. Like, if they play any blockers up. And this Luffy's got the Jambe built in. So kind of nice. And then just rushing up to get to this as fast as you can, so that way you can just like KO anything that they activate a blocker. I think is kind of cool. Definitely got to play around with the numbers though and find a balance, but the general idea is there and is working for me right now. Like playing like rush heavy, just so you don't have to worry about your opponent. They're setting up a wall of blockers. So if we can get the double of like, ideally there we could have got some ramp. So I might need to again adjust the numbers a little bit. But the 2Ks came in and we got the win regardless. And we're able to kind of nullify their strat, because again with the rush characters against a removal deck, just imagine they're going to get removed anyway, but with the rush characters at least you get a swing. You get a swing off on them before they get removed. Like with regular characters you put down, they get removed, and that's why they're so strong. But a weakness to the removal decks is rush. So I think this is where we can take advantage of like both worlds of like the purple ramp a little bit and then the rush red. And against the top decks, I think it's super strong. Like the faster you get ramped up and then get to, especially this Luffy, like this Luffy's ability is busted. Like once per turn, if they try to block something, you just KO any of their characters with 8,000 power or less. So especially if you get ramped up like pretty quick, there is not a whole lot like any deck is going to be able to put out to stop that ability if they try to like block your attacks. And on most leaders, 11 on 5 is nothing. They can't do anything about that. So that's super cool, which I like that. And it just kind of opens things up. And then yeah, Jambe, especially as well with all the Straw Hat rush characters we have. Like if you don't have this Luffy, our leader is Straw Hat, so you get that if you just get them down low. And then even if you don't, if you have Jambe to combo with anybody else, it works as well. So a lot of cool little combos you can hit. And yeah, we beat Sakazuki, so we'll take that. All right, here we go. Sakazuki. We get our Nami search, which is huge. How do I go about this? Probably need to grab Rush Zoro here based on all this stuff. So we'll do that. End our turn. And then they're going second, so brand new search is their play. And it looks like they don't have it. All right, massive. And so things you love to see that. So we'll attack them 6 and 5 off the rip. All right, and then I'll throw down Zoro. Attack them again, and Zoro's a good play here, just because gets them to spend some resources. Because, again, the rush factor here of what we're trying to do is just fly at them. Alright. And they're only at 4. So, the only way they can get rid of Zoro is if they Hound Blaze. So, we'll see what they do. Unless they, like, attack and then drop Rob Lucci to get rid of both. Alright, they have 2. So, it looks like they can Hound Blaze. So, I don't really want to risk... Alright, never mind. They got the brand new search. So, I grabbed Borsellino blocker, which is fine. So, I got 5. So, I'll probably do... So, I have this. Try to pop them while we can. So, let me throw this on Nami. Go 6 on 5. Alright, that's actually pretty big. Select a card to trash. Well, that kind of stinks. I guess we'll trash this for now. And then I want to attack them 7 on 5. Alright, we get them down to 2. So they're going to add 6. If they drop the Borsellino blocker, that's 4. So we'll see. So 3 on 2. Because, yeah, another one to drop Borsellino here. Probably have to take that just for now. And then 7 on 6. Probably block this one. And then if they drop Borsellino, yeah. So draw a card, draw a Don. So actually huge, we get this. I can drop this, attack them directly to get them down. So we're at 7. So that'd be pretty big here, I think. So let me do that. Throw both of these on. Attack them 8 on 5. If they can't counter out of this, it's pretty big. Okay. They cannot counter out of it, which is nice. So then I'll attack them 6 on 6 or 6 on 5. Alright. That is okay. Is where they're at 8. I can kind of... Oh, I got 1 shot to keep him up. Never mind. So they did that. If I get another one of these, then we're chilling. But he's at 3. So 6 on 6. We'll take this. Just because, yeah, I want them to do that. So we'll block that one. And then they have 4. So if we get another Jambe, we're golden. A Jambe or Luffy is what we need here. Okay, we don't get that. I can ramp up to the 10 though. How do we want to do this? Probably should drop Uta. Just cause. So that's 4. And then I gotta Jambe them down, and then we just gotta hope we get another Jambe or another Luffy. And if we get that, then we win. So 4 for Uta, 1 for Jambe. That leaves me with the rest. Because I have these to play as well. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 on here. And then we'll do this. So 11 on 5. Alright, and then I'll deploy this. And now I got them, definitely got them tweaking. Because they're probably like, since I went for that, thinking I have another one, which I don't. So we just need these cards to be either a Jambe or a Rush Luffy. Either of those two, and we're looking good here. So 6 on 6. I probably should block this one. No, I should have used Uta. What am I doing? That was silly. I just, well, actually, no, we're still fine. Still the same situation no matter what. So 7 on 6. Not much I can do there. Alright. Heart of the cards. Oh my god. I am Yugimoto. Literally nothing that they can do. Bang. 15 on 5. So, absolutely crazy. Heart of the cards worked out. We'll take that. So, yeah, Jambe. There you go. The Jambe, the rush. Just bypass their wall of blockers, like the annoying Borsellino. And you got him. So, I mean, what are the chances? But sometimes you just gotta believe, you know. That's what Yugi would do. He always knew. We dialed it up. We got the the perfect draw. Dang, if I was this guy, I feel bad. That is like the worst way to lose. But I mean, yellow. That's how yellow wins. So, I'll take it. Luck's gotta switch around sometimes, you know. But very fun game. Heart of the cards bailing us out there. So we'll take that. But again, it doesn't matter how you get a win as long as you win. But game was playing pretty well. I definitely goofed it, as I should have. I don't know why. I forgot. I misplayed there crazily with Uta. That was dumb. So because I could have just blocked with Uta, rested one of them, and then, I mean, it still wouldn't have mattered because we needed a way to get by this guy, the other one, regardless. But yeah, we'll take that though. Anytime you win against Sakazuki is fun, and yeah, the idea, it's there and it's working. All right, we'll see how this goes up against Red Purple Luffy. I don't know if it's better to go like first or second in this matchup, to be honest. But let's just launch a 6 on 6 on them. Alright, they block, so I'll throw down this, and then we'll end our turn. This next turn will be at 5. We can get a ramp off on them. And then depending on what they do here. So they're attacking. We'll take this one. Alright, we get another 2K. I was hoping to hit like a trigger, which would have been sick. So I'm at 5. We're gonna pop him 3 times right here, actually. And so 6 on 6. See if our rush little build here can get things going. All right, they use that. Then we'll attack him again, 6 on 6. Okay, we get him on that. Then we'll do this, and attack them once more, 6 on 6. So we get him down to 2, which is cool. And now we have the 2Ks as well, so if he just attacks this on this, we can block. And then even if he attacks just 6 on 6 there, we can block. So I'm going to try to protect our characters. So next turn we can just wail on this guy and just get the multiple attacks to burn them out and set us up for some success. Again, depending on what they do, keep them alive. I can get up to the full 10. So they're just attacking me directly 6 on 6, which is interesting. So we'll block that. Because I could get up to 10 next turn, and then we could just drop this Luffy and go off on him, I guess. Because if they don't have ramp, there's not going to be a whole lot they can do. So 6 on 4. Alright, we can't block out of that, so never mind. Now we can't do my plan. So blocker law. So this gets us up to that. We pop off this up to 9. Could drop this. Kind of want to just do this though. 5. And that leaves us with 4. So we do a couple different things. And then I can have the Search Nami for 1. And then we have a Jambe to win the game. So if I just attack, so I have 2. So 5, 9. I could drop this. I think it would be better to get the search off right now though. So let's just see what we got. What are our options here? Where do I set up a blocker? If I do blocker the next turn, probably be ready to rush though. So let's just grab this, the 2K. And then I have 8. They're going to have the full, so they're at what? 7. They'll be at 9, 10. So we'll do 6 on 4. Assume they'll take. This would be kind of wild and wacky if I feel like if they don't. Because regardless, I have 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, interesting that they do that. So I could drop him for 5, and then I have 2 left. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just do 8 on 6. Got them spend that, so if they want to block out of this, they'd have to have a 2K and something else. Which I feel like they don't. Or if I get them sack their block here, that'd be big as well. Because then I can drop this guy, get rid of him, and then they have nothing. And then next turn, we'll be at full. So I can protect people with this. I can just drop him off the rip. If even, I could just divvy up the Don, depending on who we got. So they take that, which is fine by me. So I can drop him. And then we'll attack this guy again. 6 on 4. Alright. They block it. That seems crazy because they're at full Don. I was not expecting that at all. So, well, they haven't used their ability yet, so maybe they, I don't know. Their options are pretty limited. Okay. They didn't need to do that. Their ability lets them. So they're doing Gear 5. Which is interesting. Oh, okay, so they want to save it so they could do it here, I guess. Okay, 7 on 5. Fortunately, because then next turn, attack here, attack me. Goes at 12. This guy only being at 11 kind of stinks. So if I block these both, I would have to use both to block them. Which can't do, unfortunately. Alright, 9 on 6. I mean, I could block it, but we gotta play our life, I think. Well, not exactly, I guess. So we'll go no blocker. We'll do that and that. So then force them to attack. Alright. So there we go with that. Alright. I mean, not over. So they only have 1. This guy's what, at 12? I'm at 6. I could go 16. Yeah, but a rad beam gets it for him. But I still have the 2. So either way, I get to attack them twice and get them down. They only can hit me twice for next turn. Might be the move. So we'll attack him 6 on 6. So not over because we still have the 2. Okay, so they do that. I can deploy R Luffy, then attack them 11 on 6. They'd have to have a rad beam and a 2K to get out of this. Okay, which they do not. So that'll end our turn there. And we're kind of chilling. Because even if we still have the 2 life, so no matter what, I get to attack them for 16k. So they have to block out a 10k next turn. So they would need multiple rad beams. We got through this. So we'll see. See what we can do. Get out of this. I think overall we're looking alright. Okay, yeah, we're chilling. Based on that, yeah, we got him. We're good. Nothing they can do now. They only have 1, so they can't block a 16k attack. Strike right on their forehead. So we are good. And which I think they know. Because they didn't even attack with their leader, which is kind of wild and wacky. But no blocker. And alright, they quit. Quit before I got to launch the attack. The timing strikes again. Like right when I go to blast them out the airlock. But yeah, we win the mirror with the rush strat. With the rush build as well. So feeling, it's kind of zipping right now. Alright, Purple Luffy action, going at it. We're going first this time. We'll see what they do. It's Purple Luffy, interesting matchup because we can play pretty aggressive. We got the 2k counters, so I can throw down this Zoro next turn. And then we just go for it. We got the end game right here, back to back. So it's not going to be a whole lot they can do if we're able to make it there successfully. So I'm just going to be relentlessly attacking each turn. Draw a card, draw a Dawn. So we get this for next turn, which is cool. We'll attack them 6 on 5. Yeah, if I can get them to burn stuff out of their hand, that'd be cool. Throw down Zoro. Attack them again 5 on 5. Alright. I'm actually chilling with that. We burn 2 cards out of their hand early so that they're only at 5. And then we keep Zoro alive here. If they're at 5, they throw down Kid. And then I assume they're going to launch the attack here. So no blocker. And then, yeah, keep Zoro up. So there we go. We get the rad beam as well, which is cool. So how do I want to go about this? I probably drop our ramp here, get us up. So I'll attack 6 on 5 first. Alright. Then throw another one on Zoro here, attack them again 6 on 5. And I can use this and then we can keep the rad beam in the pocket potentially. Alright, we'll get them to burn another 2k. Interesting. We get the Uta, and that'll end our turn there. So I have a rad beam and Frankie to keep Zoro up. They're at 7. So with 7, okay, they go up to 8. See what they got. They use Polly. Alright, a little bit annoying. But it is what it is. Be at 6, I'll be at 8 next turn. Okay, we're taking this one. Alright, we get our other 10 down Luffy. Which I don't super need right now. But it is what it is. This means I could drop some stuff. So I'll do that. And then we'll do this to get back up to 5. We're going to drop the Uta blocker as well, which we'll probably do, and then we'll keep Rad Beam at the end here. So attack them 6 and 5. Alright, they got another one. And then we'll end with that. So now, if they attack, I can use Uta, arrest one of these guys, and then next turn, we just start teeing off and going for it. Because they'd have to drop Kaido here. Alright, they don't have Kaido. So that leaves us with that, the drop Kid and Zoro. So I'm going to do this, use the card action, return 1. We'll arrest this Kid. And then I'll use Rad Beam to keep Uta alive. Because now if they attack this, I'd then have this. So now we're chilling. I have this to drop, so no matter what, guys are gone. So 5, I can launch 2 5s on them as well. So let's do 5 on 5 first. Because they only have 2 cards in their hand. Alright, so that makes this feel pretty likely. Unless they're gonna run out of cards in hand. Okay, they are not. So I can drop this guy. Straight up just pop this card. And then we'll be chilling. So do that. Attack this man. Already, and then have Uta. If they attack, I get to arrest this guy. And then we go from there. Because now I'm just putting him in the cycle of dropping these Luffys, and there's not going to be too much they can do. Because they only have 2 cards in hand. And even if they activate any kind of blocker or stuff like that, we're looking good. And yeah, if they attack like at all, use Uta, rest somebody, and we'll go from there. So 7 on 5, use the card action, return 1, rest this guy, and then fine with getting rid of Uta. Because now their blocker's rested, and just get free shots on them for next turn. Alright, they're going for it all. Oh, okay. Just making sure they get that guy, I guess. Crazy, because if they would have went for him, I wouldn't have been able to do anything. But, we'll do 6 on 4. Then honestly, I might just use these guys, because I get more attacks in. So that might be better here. So throw down Sanji. We'll go 1, 2, get some 6, 7. So I'll do 7 on 6. Just because if I get the bodies out, then we'll be big chillin'. Alright. Deploy Zoro. Do it again. Alright. And then attack them for the guaranteed. Alright. So now there's not a whole lot of options they can do here. Like if they drop Kaido, they get rid of one of these two. But next turn, we'd be chilling. Alright, they're going going for it all. Alright, well, So that means they like don't have anything to put on here. So 1, 2, 3. Let's lead with the. How much is that guy? If I put 3 on Sanji here, we get him to 7. So we'll attack them 7 on 5. But yeah, we kept our life at 2. Alright, so they do that. Well, it doesn't super matter. Just get the guarantees. So 7 on 5. Nothing they can do. And then attack them again, 11 on 5. Nothing they can do. And yeah, that's gonna do it in this one. As we protected our life, keep it at 2. Alright, double finger. I mean, doesn't really do anything at all. But, I mean, you never know. They could drop Kaido. Oh, never mind, they throw it on Queen. So draw 2. Yeah, no, regardless though, we're looking okay. And the kid blocker. Well, for them, things aren't looking too good. So I'll just do this and this to make sure we're chilling for next turn. And then 4 on 4. Yeah, don't need the Sanj, man. Alright. Oh, okay. Well, we got Jambe, so GG's here. And then unblockable 15 on 5. So there we go, beating Purple Luffy with the Rust Jambe deck. Pretty cool, because I mean, even if we didn't get that, I had this. Would have just attacked them. They would have to block, both blockers gone, and then 2 attacks. So nothing they were going to be able to do at that at all. Because again, protected our, didn't have to worry too much with the attacks and stuff like that. But yeah, all they had was this, which wouldn't have done them too good. But yeah, Rust Jambe, feeling pretty good. It's going well. Alrighty, playing against Purple Luffy here. We're going to keep this one. Just because we're going to drop our Nami search and we can try to grab something here. Jardon. So let's try down Nami. Alright, well I guess we're taking Zoro. That's crazy. 3 Zoros are all right next to each other. But then, yeah, next turn, we'll drop this one. And then we'll slowly build up some ramp action. So they're swinging right away, not on 6. We're alright with that. A rad beam will be coming handy later. So I'm chilling with this. We'll do 7 on 5. And put them in an interesting little spot to burn 2. They'd have to burn 2 cards or, yeah, take the life. So let's drop this Zoro, call it good, so we can get a ramped up going on. And yeah, depending on what they do, so they ramp again, they're at 7. So if they attack for 6, I'm gonna counter out. Alright. Okay, they use top knot. Okay, well then I'll just do that. If they're gonna play it like that, so now I'm at 6. I could throw 3 on Nami attack, then use Zoro attack, and then attack with us. Burn them out because I do have this. Or, I mean, if I hit 1 ramp, then we'll be at full for next turn. But I guess at this point it doesn't super matter. So I'll lead off 6 on 6 or 6 on 5. Alright, they burn Sadie. So interesting they got that in there. We're gonna drop this Luffy and attack them again and leave one. So that way I can rad beam and stuff. Might be the move. So yeah, let's do that. So 6 on 5 again. Alright. Because now I can keep Luffy up with the beam. Or just a 1K potentially. So we'll see what they do. So they drop Magellan, which is okay. Alright, 9 on 6. Not today, pal. Dang, they're really pushing the limit there. Interesting play out of them. So I have a Jambe blocker I can throw down. But, I mean, I can just take this guy out as well. We save that plus this, then I have 3. So if I put 2, I do 8 on 6. So we'll do that. Alright. I'll probably just do it again. And then that way I can audible into some stuff. So 8 on 6. Dang. Alright. So, I mean, we burned through their counter though. Would we better put Zoro down now? Probably. So now we'll just attack them directly. Alright, I mean, I feel like I'm kind of okay with this. We got them down low on hand. If I keep people alive, they're kind of toast. So a 9 on 6. Yeah, that's fine. So they have 7. Kind of depends on what they do. No, we'll hit them back with that. So they have 5. So I assume another blocker, and now they're thinking about attacking with the kid. Which I guess if they do, can't really do too much, but we have Nami on the board, so I can just use Nami to attack. And then we have blockers that we can set up ourselves. Because we'll be at the full 10 next turn. Alright, they're going for it. Okay. Let's draw a card, draw our Don. Do that, get us up to that. So I could throw down, I'll put down Uta regardless, but this one's at 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I throw 5 on Nami, attack 6 on 7, and then 6 on 7 again, they would have to have something crazy here to be able to get out of that. And so 7 on 6. Alright, well, if they have another 2K here, then there's that, I guess. So we'll do it again. Alright, they do not. So now I can drop Uta, and we're chilling. I got a 1 and a 1, so they're at 10. They pretty much need Kaido, is what they gotta go for here. So 10 on 6. Alright, so they don't have Kaido. Then okay with that. Alright, we get a 2K, which is kind of helpful. And then 6 on 6. Not gonna let that happen. Then they have 5, so I assume, yeah, blocker. Alright, trash poly for something. We get the Nami search, which is kind of big here. So I'll do that in a second. So this guy's at 6. I'd rather attack them first. So 1, 2, we attack them. Actually, I'll do 3, just to make sure, because if they go into queen, it's gonna be out of here. So 9 on 5. All right, they take the life there. So I gotta keep this up just in case, because I don't want to lose too much here. So let's just deploy this, grab probably this, because where they're gonna be at with Dawn next turn, they'll be at full 10. So yeah, I guess I kind of need that for that. So I can do 5. I'll throw 5 on here, be 7. Actually, let's just throw all of them on. Throw 6, so 8 on 6. Because then if we lose the 2, it's fine. So 8 on 6. Dang. All right. Well, they had that going. So that'll end our turn there. But we're still okay, unless they have Kaido. That's like the only thing. Like anything but Kaido. Okay, they got Kaido. Alright, well, not much I can do about that. And so 10 on 6. I can luckily maybe block out of all this stuff. So 6 on 6. Gotta do that. So 6 on 6 again. We'll do that. All right. So we got Jambe. Okay, we might have just got Heart of the Cards here. So if I do throw 5 on Nami and attack 7 on 5, they'd have to let that hit, and then we win. So 7 on 5. Alrighty. And now it's mathematically impossible for this. 10 on 5. Got him. Bang, bang. There we go. Purple Luffy dusted again. So, doing pretty well against Purple Luffy, at least with this. But definitely a weird one, using the Namis and kind of having to adapt to what we got, because we didn't get any of our like endgame stuff. So, but made it work with the, again, we had the counter ready to go in case they did swing. But even if they did, I assume based on their plan, since they didn't, they wouldn't have been able to do anything about the Namis. So there we go, beating Purple Luffy. And yeah, it's a fun one. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been pretty cool to mess around with, at least with this this structure. Something new, a little different, but yeah, get pretty good games, pretty good matchups against some of the top decks, and definitely want to keep messing around with it and making some adjustments, because I feel like there's probably like some fine tuning to some of these cards that you probably can swap out and stuff with like other stuff. But at least right now, the mock little version is working well for me. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.